got a mail call here, and before we get into those, I want to go through some of the people and channels that really got me into this, into stacking, I guess. Okay, well, we got another one from T here. I've already had some of his stuff up. Let's see what we got there. Some of this pours that I get from some of these channels, especially if it's some of their early stuff. Yeah, like this, I do like this. It's got some crazy cool purples and blues and some cool colors. And this is an early edition here, not the first, but I think it is. Yeah, it's number 7. And yeah, I liked it. It was a fun stream. So that I could, suppose, take that out, but so I got his sticker. I haven't done anything with everybody's sticker, and all I've had out so far is T's, and there's another one for him. So I got a sticker board here. This is my wife and kids. This is where my wife does some of her work, at home, and the kids come in and they all doodle there. So I thought that'd make a nice sticker board. Okay, I lost sound, and so now I'm just gonna try to do a voiceover. Sorry, it was probably much better in its original form, but we got what we got. So I was looking at T's. T the Silver Stacker, he has a pour here, channel pour. That was an early one. And then we move along, and we're looking at some of, this is spectacular stuff. We'll go through it here in a little while. Those are some early channel rounds. I was watching him when he got into pouring and got some early ones. We'll bust into those later. Actually, those are some very early edition coins that we'll open up here in a bit. But then we looked on further in the box, and that's some of mostly Spectacular's other packaging. He got pretty professional there towards the end of the YouTube auctions he was doing and sending them in those old style envelopes with the wax seal. I thought it was really impressive. It's got that paper you'll see that's I don't know, I thought it was a nice touch, pretty sweet. And here we have Silver Heist, and I forgot that I'd gotten something from him, but yeah, once I was looking through here, I remember, and he actually hand wrote a note, and I thought that was very impressive. I really enjoy Silver Heist channel, so I really enjoyed that note, and I should write a little something in my packages too. It makes it very personable, and I'll get that sticker up as well here in a while. And tried to speed the video up a little bit, because I know I'm not going to be able to remember what all I was going through. Yeah, so this note, he was very personable in there and talks about the coin that I got, and that he lives in the area, and that was pretty sweet, so appreciate that. And that's one of the things I like about the online auctions is the personable relationships, I guess, that you form, and that's part of it for me. And I see everybody else has tons of stickers on their board, so that's what we're making here, is stickers to go on the sticker board. We got Silver Dragons and more spectacular stuff. Silver Dragons was a lot of fun too. And Silver Dragons, I started getting into him more after I seen some of Spegs, and then Silver Dragons, his popped up on YouTube, so I got into a few of his, and Speg kind of slowed down, so yeah, and then we got some MK bars there, some other channel rounds. And what else? So, yeah, you guys are gonna just have to bear with me. What do we got here? Okay, so I go digging for that card. Is a card for a prototype from Silver Dragons, and it's a pickaxe. So I go digging in the box for it here, and I pull out an anchor, and that's also a pour I got from him. And so I'm pulling out some other stuff to find it. And that is a Rethinking the Dollar and MK Bars collaboration pour. And that's a spectacular channel round. And that was for being just a channel member. I got that from Speg. I like that little piece as well. It's kind of cool, basic but nice. And that's a cool channel round, one of his first pours and presses there. It's kind of late. Another channel round. Oh, that's International Stacker and MK Bars channel round. And Spectacular round. Another channel round from Speg. And these are some of the pours that I bought off of his website. I might have won that in an auction, I'm not sure, but that blue toning that he did of late, some of his blue tone pours are my favorite pours by far. I just don't know how he gets some blue like that, but I've never seen it on any other pours like that star. That's very impressive to me. I want more of those. Those are amazing. It's just a regular pour from him, 5-ouncer. And finally, I found the pickaxe, and yeah, that pickaxe is a expensive little prototype piece. I can't even remember what I paid. I didn't really pay much attention to it. It's just such a cool piece that I had to have it, and it's a prototype, and I use it to hold my box open sometimes there. I really like it. And then that was for the anchor, I think, the card for the anchor pour, which is a 1-ounce pour, toned. And some cards for, I think Rethinking the Dollar. And these are this is, I also got something there from Silver Seeker. That's an interesting, when I came across Silver Seeker's channel the first time he was doing an auction, it definitely took me a minute to figure out what all was going on there, but he puts out some really nice auctions once you figure out what's going on. And these are some silverbacks from Silver Dragons. It looks like I was being rough with them there, but that's just because the video is sped up. because rewatching it, I cannot remember what I was saying, nor can I make this as interesting as it was. But okay, so here I think we're going to get into some of Speg's pours from his YouTube auction days, and he, at the end there, he was using that nice paper and the nice cards. His first cards were the white paper ones like this, just normal cards with a wax seal, which I thought was nice, and then eventually, and then a different colored red seal, that was nice, and then he moved to this cardstock, or this darker card, old style, which I enjoyed, and the wax seals. And here we are getting into, so these are some of his channel rounds pours, and they're number ones. So I spent a pretty piece to get these on his auctions. And I had never opened them. I got them and didn't open them. I just put them in those bags and put them away. So they didn't have a channel, and I just wanted to leave them in there for whatever purpose. I'd already seen them and thought, let's just leave them in their original packaging. But now that I've got a channel, I thought, let's pull them out and give me something to talk about. And I didn't know that I would lose my audio. But yeah, so this is his number one channel round. I believe this one was antiqued number one. So I got a number one antiqued and a number one just regular. And I think they're the first, I believe they're his first channel rounds that he did himself, pours that he did himself. So to me that made him extra valuable. The channel rounds, I have some of it. In fact, I have his first channel round. I got in touch with him and he got me one for a great deal. And that's what you get out of getting relationships from these auctions. Sometimes you got one of his original channel rounds, and I had ordered some of his other channel rounds that he didn't pour, but he collaborated with MK Bars. MK Bars works with a lot of people on their channel rounds, and I had some of those as well, but then he did his own here, and that was the number one that's not antiqued. So those were fresh looks for me. I put them back in their bag, back into safe storage. And those, I didn't even get into those. Those are the COAs, still unopened. And alright, now what did I do here? Okay, so now I finally get into the mail calls here. So we got a mail call from Plumber Stacker here, and oh yeah, look at that. See, that's I think that's a prototype from Speg there, the tongue pour. I had to have that. And look at the color on that thing. Those blues, I was just going on about the blue, and I still can't stop. I like that. I need to get some more of those. He did another stream here the other night and auction. Yeah, see, and here's this one of his first pours, a domed pour, and it's the stamp barely stamped in there. Now any of the stamps you see now are very deep, but here you could see it's just one of his early presses. He's figuring it out, so I thought that was cool. All right. First package here. And we've got a plumber sticker to add to the board. Glad to have that. And getting into the final packaging. packaged well. Both packages were packaged well. And I gotta figure out packaging better in mail, because wow, shipping is getting woo. Alright, and we had a Morgan, a nice Morgan. This is an interesting Morgan. I'm going to get this out and look at it here maybe in one of my next videos. Look a little closer at it. There's some interesting angles to this coin. I don't know. That's probably what they were noticing too. They're like, I don't know, let somebody else deal with it. But it's cool. It's a nice coin. There's just some interesting things about it that we'll take a look at in the future, hopefully. But pretty coin. And yeah, we get a little zoom in right here. Nice. So there's some cool toning on this side. What was interesting to me was on the flip side. Okay, right at the trust at the end of "In God We Trust." I don't know if you can see it on this video. I didn't notice it when I did. Oh, right there. See that spot above his wing? It's so shiny right at that spot. Plus, there's that dark spot there, and I don't know what that's about. But we're moving fast here. All right, look at that. See, that's the Spectacular Channel Round, one of his pours, and that was just a later number. I got some of his regular pours, or his later numbered pours as well. And those are nice too. I got some regular silver and antiqued of like number 67 and 77, something like that. Alright, now we're into the Speg package. Spectacular. The Silver Stacular. He's got a cool YouTube channel. If you haven't, I can't imagine anybody who doesn't know him in the stacker community, but he's got a nice channel. Does a great live with a coin shop with the coin guy. The coin guy. Pretty sweet talks, interviews. And yeah, look at this packaging. Or look at me struggle with it anyway. And that was something my son, so yeah, so Speg, this was from Speg's latest auction. And he did it on Whatnot this time. And that was interesting for me because I'd never been on Whatnot. But we got on there, and it was a fun auction. Had to get used to, you don't have much time on Whatnot once the bidding starts. So that's interesting, but yeah, so we were trying out the new Whatnot app, and my son was wanting to try it, so he bid on a couple of these items. There's a nice little mini sticker for the board. And that was a freebie he threw into the he had a little mystery bag that he was selling, and then he'd open it up during the live, and depending on what you spent, he might throw something a little extra in there or whatever. Sometimes he just threw something extra in there, but yeah, he threw that in there, and so that was the freebie I got. And work our way in here. Yeah, so this was a mystery bag. So yeah, so my son got 2 packages. That first, I think that's like a gaming round or something. That's gonna go to my son. His birthday is coming up, and he's the one that did the bidding on that particular piece. And I think we got a couple copper rounds here. That was in the mystery bag. is a nice walking Liberty. This is the nicest walking Liberty I probably have. I don't really collect them, but I have a roll of them, and this looks a little bit nicer than what I have. So I'm gonna probably keep that one separate as my nice piece and wait till I get something a little better before and then I'll replace it with that one. A nice little 90%, 50-cent piece. And we got a Silver Eagle here, 1922 Type 2. Silver Eagle looks pretty clean, little light toning all the way around on one side. I'm going to throw that in a capsule, let it tone, and a couple We the People rounds, and then I didn't know what that was supposed to represent or what coin that came from. What is that? I should know, but I can't think of it. I'm not sure that I would know it if I know that back. I've seen the back. I just don't know who that is. Is that on a copper or something like that? I can't remember. I know it's a representation of an old United States primarily pressing, I think, anyway. Yeah, I'm trying to get into this little package, which is a job of its own. I got an APMEX round. And that was the other thing I was happy to see in the package. El Toro. Pretty little piece. I have the Lynx as well. So now Lynx was the first piece put out. And this is the second, the Toro Bull. Reverse proof little 10th ounce. And I got that for a nice deal on the auction, I thought, for that piece anyway. It wasn't that cheap, but it was good for that piece. Pretty round. The 10th ounce, you can't quite get the stamps. The 1 ounce has gorgeous stamping. And they're nice too in the 10th, but it looks better when you get a little bigger. Alright, so that was it for the unbagging. Sorry I lost audio. It was much better in the original, but we'll get these stickers up and try to make up for it in the next one. Thanks, guys.